What's up, cuties? Thank you guys so much. Come on in. Thank you for joining me for this video. Shout out to you if you were in my live earlier. If you weren't, please make sure to go back and check it out. Mellow Meters versus everybody was the live. But I am back. Shout out to the cutie that dropped in my chat and said that there was some type of ruling when it comes to this custody battle between Martell and Mel. And all I got to say is it's about time. It's about time. Now, this chess piece, baby, on this screen, I posted this a couple days ago on my community wall. And I said, I hope and I pray that this had something to do with the custody hearing when it comes to Mel and Martell. And it looks like your girl Chit Chat was right. A little bit, you know. Urban Bell is reporting that the judge child, the Alabama court, has finally made Martell Holt comply to not things that's out of the norm, counseling, psych eval. They finally did it. I have been so upset with that judge and the court because goodness gracious, if we see and are able to look on and see something ain't right, yeah, they should have been enforced this, but kudos to them. Let me go ahead and say this first to Mr. Martell Holt before I even get started.
Got him! Got him!
And look, I hate to even celebrate in that manner because this does concern the children. But yes, they finally guiding, or whatever you say, guiding, or whatever, child. Finally, it's about damn time. It really is. Now, I do want to say shout out to Urban Bell magazine. I'm not going to put the article on the screen, but what I will do is make sure to put the link to the article in my description, but I want to go ahead and read it to you guys. It says, Alabama court issues scathing order against Martell Holt in dispute with Melody Cherie. Now, in that title, it should have said in dispute with Mel and his own damn kids. But they still hold Melody Cherie Rogers were in court this week for a hearing in their ongoing custody dispute. The hearing pertained to Melody and her attorney who filed an emergency motion. The emergency motion is to enforce previous orders that Martell undergo psychological evaluations and counseling with their minor son. Now look, as they stated, previous orders, and we know that those orders date back to 2022, and they're going to get into a little bit of that. But they said, as previously reported by Urban Bell, Melody originally filed a grievance against Martell last July, accusing Martell of using corporal punishment against their children. This included allegations of, which is so heartbreaking, punching and choking their son. These allegations left a sour feeling amongst many Love and Marriage Huntsville fans, and I am one of them. Very sour. The judge over the case issued an order that seems to be a scathing rebuke of Martell's behavior. It appears Martell had an apparent, blatant disregard for the court orders. No, not Martell. Martell didn't follow the court's orders. We can't believe it. Yes, we can. But the court document for the order that was obtained by Urban Bell declared on March 9, 2022, that Martell get involved with counseling with their minor son per the previous decrees. Another order issued in September 2022 forbids Martell from using corporal punishment. So when it comes to the order from March 9th, we are well over 2 years. And when it comes to the order in September 2022, it is almost 2 years that this man has refused to adhere to what the hell he was supposed to do. Per the order, the court declared Martell failed to seek the psychological evaluation. It took the emergency motion for Martell to comply almost 2 years later. The court felt convinced that Martell blatantly ignored the order and used corporal punishment against their children. Let me repeat that for everybody else that was out here talking. The courts felt convinced that Martell blatantly ignored the order, and the court felt Martell used corporal punishment against the children. The counselor that is declared an expert by the court, found that Martell's disregard of the orders of counseling, their children reported emotional backlash. So just because he didn't want to comply, those babies suffered emotional backlash, and that is from the counselor, not me. Okay? As a result of the court's declarations, Martell is now at serious risk of losing his visitation rights to his children. He has been ordered to comply with the original order of weekly counseling immediately and participate in twice monthly family counseling with his children. Failure to comply with this order will result in losing his visitation rights. I wish I had a sound bite, but I'm over here clapping because guess what? Now he has to act right in all areas. He got to do what needs to be done when it comes to those children, and we know he can't harass me more based off of that conviction. Kudos, Martell. All of this could have been prevented, sir, even after divorce. But you've been on a quest to ruin Melody Cherie, and you ended up writing a check that your earth cannot cash. Speaking of a check, child, Martell must also pay Melody Cherie $7,000 towards her legal fees. He must also schedule his remaining visits for his psychological evaluation, and all of that must be done before their next hearing, which is October 16th, 2024. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Whatever the judge is. Because guess what's going to also stop, guys? All of these court dates. That's what's going to stop. Because now Mr. Man has to pay the lawyer's fee. That's what the hell he gets. Now, I'm just going to say alleged, but that $17,000 that he took a couple years ago, allegedly, did Mel ever get that back? Because if not, this $7,000 is really hers anyway. But I am happy that he has to pay it. Look, God don't like ugly, and it is people like Martell Holt that don't feel that fat meat is greasy. And it is. It really, really is. And he's been out here, this is my opinion, operating in a crazy and deranged way for quite some time. And this is a celebration. And as I stated earlier, it shouldn't be. It should have never gotten to this point, because those of us that follow this story, we know that Mel didn't want any of this. She didn't want the courts involved. She didn't want anybody else telling them when they can and cannot have their kids. They had mapped out originally that the kids would be with her for 2 weeks and then the kids would be with him for 2 weeks. And who took who to court for custody? Mr. Martell Holt. So this is a win, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this one more again to Mr. Martell Holt.
Got him! Got him!
Got him. Got him. It is about time. Okay. So as I mentioned, I just wanted to make sure to bring you guys my thoughts on this. But I do want you to drop down in the comment section and let me know yours. I will also have the link to the article on Urban Bill Mag. You guys make sure to click that link and go over there and read for yourself. But I think this is the beginning to the end of the harassment, that's my word, that Mel has suffered from Martell Holt. And I hope that Martell is not slow enough to think, okay, I can be on my best behavior up until this court date in October, and then after that, I could go back being a fool. No, sir, because it is because of you that you guys are in the system, and this will be ongoing. And just because Martell feel like he got everything together, and we know based off of his actions, he don't, under no circumstances does that mean that he should not have taken the courts and the orders seriously when it comes to family counseling, but especially counseling with Tank. That man came out here and tried to act like his own son was lying. So shout out to Mel. I knew this meant something, child. I knew it meant something, and I definitely didn't think it had anything to do with Destiny cutting up and Wanda cutting up. No, I felt like it had something to do with that court case. So thank God. That's all I got to say. And hopefully, I will say this, because you guys know I am a fan of redemption. I am. And hopefully, even though I don't think in these short couple months, anything can really settle in as far as therapy for Martell, but hopefully it'll be the start to change. Hopefully it'll be the start for him leaving Mel alone. I think it will, because look, the man allegedly was representing himself, which lets me know he probably can't even afford an attorney. But guess what? Wherever you getting your money from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and you shouldn't even be getting it from that, because you shouldn't be on the show. But wherever Martell is getting his money from, guess who getting that $7K right on up off the top? Melody Cherie, as she should. And if he continues to act a fool, I will continue to take his butt back to court, and I will continue to make sure he got to pay for that as well. Time is up for the games. Martell, give everybody some peace, including yourself. You lost the fight, buddy. You lost the fight. And it wouldn't have been a fight if you would have just done right as a husband. Damn, I know this man wish he can go back and change everything. You hear me? But as I mentioned, I just wanted to bring you guys a quick video. Drop down in the comments. Let's chit chat about it. Also, before you go, please make sure to like the video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with Cuties. Chit chat with Cuties.